Yes, it's connecting now.
Did we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
perfect?
Yes, perfect. Thanks for joining.
You are welcome. You are welcome, man.
Yeah,
In
okay.
the end, I
So,
could
to
join.
introduce, okay, thank you. To introduce Tunç Findik, I guess he doesn't need an introduction at all. He is one of the finest in the sport of mountaineering. To talk about him a little bit more, he is a professional Turkish mountaineer, mountain guide, author, motivational speaker, and he has written about 9 books with regards to mountaineering, and also he has climbed 13 of the highest 8,000ers in the world, and he has done more rock climbings like 500 new long rock walls, and also he has climbed about many ice waterfall routes. And thanks a lot for coming forward to our show and sharing your journey, Tunç
You
Findik.
are welcome. You are welcome. Today we are with our Indian friends, and I'm happy to be with you.
Lovely, lovely. It's an honor to have you, and I hope I'm going to learn a lot out of you,
Same.
and we will also know a little bit about yourself as well. So yes, I gave a big introduction, I guess, but how did it all started, and where did you learn about mountaineering?
Mountaineering, well, I didn't have the slightest idea to be a mountaineer. I mean, when I was small, actually, it didn't mean anything
Okay,
to me. But I was always an outdoor type, so I like to go
okay,
outdoors. And I escaped the grayness and the monotony of the city all the time when I was small by going to forest, making trekking, backpacking with my friends, making camps in
okay,
winter, in summer, every time. So after a while, that was when I was small. So that was a lifestyle for me actually. So it started like this, and in the university where I did my education, there was a mountaineering
okay,
club. So with some of my friends, we joined it and we improved the club actually. We did a lot of things. It was not a mountaineering club. It was an outdoor club. So it was like
that's awesome.
caving and trekking and rock climbing and summiting some mountains in Turkey. But after a while, what I thought to myself was mountaineering and climbing was the thing I was seeking. That was what I was looking for.
Okay, that's the search you have been looking for, and then you just jumped into mountaineering.
Exactly, and
Exactly.
you know these things. So the more you get into it, the more it gets into you. So
Yeah, exactly. And right now you are one of the finest in the sport of mountaineering, and you have come a long way right now, I would say. And in the meantime, thanks for everybody who has joined the show, and also you can say hi to all your fans, friends
exactly,
who have joined.
sending all my best wishes to ones I know and to ones I don't know. All of you, you guys.
Yes, and in the meantime, if you have any questions with regards to
Hey,
mountaineering or
connect.
any aspect, hello, hello.
Now I see you.
Okay, so with okay.
Yeah.
So with regards to any questions with regards to mountaineering or rock climbing or waterfall climbing, frozen waterfall climbing
Yes.
seems adventurous. Yes, you can post it here and you would get an answer from one of the best in the industry, I would say. Yes, to start off, what were your initial climbs at the start of your journey?
Well, when you start kind of mountaineering, you got to learn a lot about yourself and the environment and the mountains, what they tell you and what you understand. And the first climbs for me were not very technical or very hard, but it was generally in winter time, and we learned. Well, I knew how to live in outdoors, in snow, camping, and things, but mountain is different. You got to learn everything. You got to learn about avalanches and rockfall and hazards of the mountain and the mountain weather and first and most important is you got to learn how you feel and what you do in the mountains. And actually, each mountain trip in the initial stages make you test yourself and understand your limits.
Yes,
and also more important to understand what you like. Some people don't like cold, don't like uh, high altitude type climbing, and some people just don't like rock climbing, you see. But I in time understood in time mountaineering and alpine climbing is all about climbing on rock and ice in steep vertical places. So well, I gave myself to learn these and make myself better in these concepts. So this is the basis of mountaineering. If you do these, you can do anything really.
Superb. And also, you told about you learned all these skills, right? So where did you go and which institute or where did you learn about mountaineering as a skill?
Uh, I was lucky because we have a mountaineering federation that organized like mountain skill courses. It was like basic
Okay.
mountaineering course, and also in advanced techniques also. But the most important thing again is not only learning or reading. You got to be practicing, and it's better to be an
Mm.
apprentice. I mean, if you go with a friend who knows and who is really good at these matters, you learn very fast and you never forget because it's first-hand experience. That's important. So I had lots of good friends and whom we went to mountains and together we climbed a lot of routes. So that was a good, better curve of learning for me. And it's much better than reading from a book or from an instructor learning in a course. Doing it, practicing by yourself with a friend who knows. So it was a fast curve for me, and my initial
Started
learning
off, okay.
like this, yes.
Okay, so your learning has become one of the practice that you put forward in the mountain, and as well as you also took up basic mountaineering, advanced mountaineering, and learned the skill. You took it forward in this way, right?
Yes, kind of. And
Yes.
you got to practice a lot. I mean, when you learn, in order not to forget it, you got to practice a lot, really. These things
Yes,
until it
exactly.
is second
So
nature to you.
yes. So at the initial stages and also the climb that you have did till now, we have a question on what are your failure stories and how did you overcome those?
Tell again the
What were your failure stories, as in not submitting and coming back, and also how did you handle those situations?
I mean, as long as you come back alive, it's most important. I mean, the failure or success
Yeah,
or not successful are not true things in life. I mean, this is a sport. Of course, it's a different sport than the football or volleyball or tennis.
yeah,
It needs full commitment. But the most foremost thing, most important thing you must do, you mustn't kill yourself. This is most important. So,
okay. So that's what successful is,
yes,
right?
success is continuing on living, and success is continuing on living after doing dangerous things. So you survive. You must survive in this sport, and this is the most important thing. And actually, the trips that you count as unsuccessful teach you so many things. It's so important, and the next time you do much better. Or also, luck is important in this thing. So you got to be lucky.
Okay,
If luck is not with you, really, you will have some trouble coming on your way. That's very important, I think. There are a lot of things altogether that make success or failure, but failure is not the true word. Success also is not true word because, in my opinion, I mean, in today's world, in today's 21st century world, success is the golden word, right? It's like
yes,
everyone
yes,
needs success, but no, mountains
yeah,
are there. You got to enjoy the mountain. There is no success or no failure. Everyone can enjoy to their own limit. My success can be another person's failure, or the
yes,
opposite. You know, everyone understands different things from mountain and climbing. So it's quite personal. It doesn't mean anything what I would do to any other person, but it means a lot to me. This is important, and the good point in this is everyone can find really good points in mountain life for themselves.
Yes, exactly. And you can actually relate it more and make people understand, I would say. You have been 25 plus times on an above 8,000ers. So you would have had a hell of a lot of experience.
Mhm.
So how was it standing above 8,000 meters peak? Just above 8,000ers. Can you just explain the feeling? How do you feel?
It's generally quite hard. I mean, when you go to high altitude, the atmosphere gets much thinner, and because of the oxygen pressure falling and atmospheric pressure falling, oxygen levels go quite low. In this level that we breathe, almost sea level, it's like full of oxygen, 21% oxygen we breathe with other gases. But you go to 5,000 meters altitude, it's half. Pressure is half, so oxygen levels are half. And 8,000, it's one third. So you are actually trying to live with one third of lung. So,
Yes.
however much you take one lung full of air, it doesn't contain any oxygen. And your mind, your body, your muscles, everything you do in your normal life depends on oxygen. Without oxygen, you are slowly dying. And high altitude is
Yes.
something like this. The main difficulty is like this. The things that you take for granted in your life, like eating, sleeping, digesting the food, thinking clearly, are not really possible there because of lack of oxygen. That's the main concern. So, as you stand on a summit 8,000 meters high, it's like another world. It's really other world experience. And it's generally hard
Yes.
because you work hard. I mean, I have been generally to small expeditions and two or three people. Everything you do a lot of carrying, you do a lot of work. Really, it's hard labor in altitude. It's one of the hardest things to do in life. I mean, it's beyond a sport
Yes.
at that point. It's like toiling and suffering. So
Yes.
it's not an easy thing.
So
It's not an easy thing, let's say.
okay, got it. So that's how it feels like when you are above 8,000. Thus, we got a good picture of how it is up there.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take you to a journey where we see pictures of you standing in 8,000ers peak, and you got to explain how did you feel. Okay?
Right. All I will.
Yes, sure. Okay. One second. Do you see an echo while I speak?
But
Do you feel an echo
no,
while I
no, no,
speak?
no. It's very good.
Okay.
It's very good.
Okay, sure. Okay, so the first picture would be, oh my God, I think you are up above this. Do you remember this picture?
This is in our local mountains called Aladağlar, and it's rock climbing, and it's a rock pinnacle actually, and completely different from what we experience at 8,000 meters. Generally, in rock, in low altitudes, you are more in control, and altitude and some other factors don't really hassle you. So, but this is
So,
quite
so it
different
is
from 8,000.
okay, but it is near your local area rock climbing, is it?
Yes, it's like 4,000 meter peaks. It's like Alps, but it's quite unlike Himalayas unless you go there in winter in snow.
Okay, superb. So the next picture would be,
This is also again a local peak. It's the highest peak in Turkey. It's 5,100 meters called Ararat. It's the famous mountain. It has a famous biblical history. And some people think that Noah's
okay,
Ark rests on Mount Ararat. And it's quite famous, actually. A lot of people know the mountain. And I used to guide also there sometimes, not always. And we go there for altitude training sometimes. And it's in East Turkey. This is like this mountain is not always open to climbing, but maybe I climbed this mountain many times, maybe 20 times in
yeah.
winter.
Actually, when was this taken?
This is an old picture. This is I think 2003 or something.
Yes, long time back. Yes, I want to take your journey from here. Okay, so the next picture would be,
Yeah, this is This beautiful picture is from Gasherbrum area. Is in the Karakoram in Pakistan, and this you see this nice night exposure, and it's the
Yeah.
stars, and the base camp is the base camp, 5,000 meter altitude. And this is last year. We climbed last year this mountain without oxygen, without porters, 3 people team of Turkish climbers, and it was my 13th 8,000 meter peak. So it's
Oh my God.
a good
Yeah.
memory for me. This expedition was 2 months long. Well,
Okay.
very nice, very nice. Good memory.
Yes. So you are in a 5 billion star hotel
It is
at the base camp of
exactly. Yes.
Gesherbum.
This is
Yes. The next picture is.
it is Mount Everest. My first 8,000 meter peak back in 2001. 19 years back. So.
Okay.
Brings back a lot of memories, and until now I climbed Everest from 2 different routes, 2001 and 2007, and this is the first time I have climbed Everest. And now again, soon, maybe next year or other, I want to go if I can find the how to say enough finance and sponsor to climb Everest without oxygen. This is an important target for me. Third time would be
Super.
trying without oxygen. I hope, Karthik.
Yes. Super. You have succeeded a lot, and I think everything will come to place, and you will make it happen.
Oh,
And also, we have few comments from our audiences
yeah,
as well.
yes.
Actually, I don't read Turkish. If possible, can you read and answer? What do they say?
They ask
Is
me,
it possible? Can you read?
some of the people I
Yeah.
know also, they ask me to make videos and more things, and they want me to put them in YouTube, and but it's sometimes not possible. Sorry.
Sure, guys. So I couldn't read Turkey, and sorry about it. And
Don't
I hope he understood what you tried to convey.
they,
Yes,
they,
he will answer you guys separately.
they are all like, how to say, admirers and friends and people who like me, really.
Like,
Thanks
okay.
to them
So,
also.
thanks a lot, people, for
Teşekkür
commenting
arkadaşlar.
here.
Sağ ol. I told them in Turkish.
Super. Okay. So the first time, as you said, this picture, you climbed the first 8,000ers in your life, and it was Everest. So to stand on top of it, how was the feeling when you submitted?
It was like I couldn't believe I did it because it was a bad season. I was really positive that nobody will be able to climb that year. And in the end, we really waited and waited and waited for such a long time. This is a 3 month expedition. And in the end, from our big team, only me and one Sherpa friend, we submitted. And it was a big reward. I mean, still unbelievable. It's, as I said, it's otherworldly, let's say.
Otherwise, yeah. Yes. So the next is not going to be a photo; it's going to be a video, and we watch it, and we want you to explain what was going there exactly. Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. So the video is.
Hi, very nice. This is the top of Annapurna, one of the hardest and most dangerous 8,000 meter peaks, my 12th 8,000 meter peak. And Annapurna is a really dangerous peak. This peak we climbed with a big and good team. You know Nimsdai probably.
Yes.
Near Annapurna. He's a very good friend, as you see, and he's a very good person. He's a very strong person, and this was his project to finish 8,000 meter peaks in 7 months, all of them, and he did so, and became the fastest person to do so. So I'm a big fan of him. We admire him greatly, and
Yes. I am also a very big fan of Nimsdai,
Yes.
we would say, and we have tried contributing something towards this project possible that he did.
Yes.
And so amazed to see you alongside him, and you are also doing one of the with regards to your project, you are submitting Annapurna, right?
This is the most important step in this 14 8,000 because Annapurna is very dangerous. Normally, if you go few people, there is a little chance that you can climb Annapurna. It's always deep snow, big avalanche danger everywhere, bad weather all the time. So being able to summit Annapurna was a, how to say, booster for me, and I was really grateful for this to the universe, and also with this team. I mean, it was a big, really big synergy all together. We did it, and everybody helped each other. Team was very nice and strong and gentlemanly. And this was my third time in Annapurna. I mean, 2 times I had to return because of really big avalanche danger, some people getting killed. I mean, big risk, really big risk. But this is a very happy moment, one of the happiest moments in my life, and I will never forget
My
this.
life. Oh, okay. Then I have a question of what's your happiest moment and emotional moment. You shouldn't answer this at that point, okay? You already revealed the answer. Okay,
Okay.
superb.
Okay.
Yes, I hope this one is very special to you.
Exactly.
And the next picture
Is another 8,000-meter peak, top of Choyu, and this peak I climbed without oxygen also, and you can see Everest and Lhotse on the horizon. Top of Choyu is 8,200 meters, and yeah, this peak is a very big flat top, and whenever you see Everest and Lhotse in the eastern horizon, you are at the top. That means. So this was 2005.
yes, actually,
And
awesome. So please go ahead.
yeah, this was 2005, and it was a good memory. I mean, all of these are very, very fine and special memories, and I don't know which one is more special, really. I mean, they all make me think very, very good things, and make me feel grateful to the universe for being able to do that.
Yes, lovely. Well said. And next picture.
Yeah, this is top of Amadablam, one of the most beautiful mountains in the earth. Probably you know Amadablam, and everybody who has seen this mountain in Nepal Himalaya, it is one of the most handsome, let's say, beautiful mountains in the world. It's like a cone of ice and rock, and it's like a reward to the technical climber.
It's called the mother of necklace, or
Yes.
they call it something like that, right?
There is a, how to say, hanging glacier on the top part, which is like a big necklace that is somewhat similar to the Sherpa mothers' big necklace that they wore traditionally on their necks. So it's a definitely amazing and outstanding mountain, and we were very lucky because I mean, it was 2004, lots of years before, and actually this year, for myself and for some guiding, I want to go back to this mountain in autumn if Nepal opened up, and I also miss Nepal. I also miss Kathmandu, the Himalaya, and the people there. Lots of friends, lots of Sherpa friends, climbers.
So what do you eat? What do you eat when you go to Nepal? Usually.
Let me say, on the trek, of course, we eat dal bhat. Dal bhat zindabad, you know. Dal bhat power 24 hours. And
Yes.
well, when I go there, actually, there are a lot of places. In Himalayan Java, I like to drink coffee because they have perfect coffee. And in Kathmandu, there is Fire and Ice, and Fire and Ice is one of the most famous pizza houses in the world. I mean, everybody knows it, and they really make very good pizza. Since 25 years I have been there. So that's one of my staples, but I eat also Chinese, Indian. I don't eat meat though. I eat chicken, but like palak paneer I like, really. And super. There are a lot of food I eat there.
Awesome.
Lovely.
So one of our audiences asked, did you ever climb Eiger?
No, I have been to Alps a lot of times, but if you mean Eiger North Wall with Eiger, it's a different proposition because probably you need to live over there to climb Eiger because in the Eiger North face, I mean, because it's a 1,800 meter steep wall, it's rock and ice. And in order to climb the standard route on this wall, you need some very extraordinary weather conditions and snow and ice conditions. Because this wall has a lot of dangers, you got to be there in the perfect time to climb, make a safe climb. But anyway, I mean, the dangers of this wall has been reduced in the last maybe 30 years, because now vertical rescue in the Alps can take you from anywhere by helicopter, from highline rescue. They can take you from any point of the world.
Okay.
So the teeth has been pulled off from all of these dangerous climbs in the Alps. But still, you got to go there and try. I mean, these are not easy routes, really.
Okay. Yes. So I hope he answered your question. My dot Alarshid. Yes. If you have any other questions, please do post it. We will get it answered, and we would share more of the story part right now. So this picture.
This picture is one of the nicest again. Which one is more emotional? I don't know. This is top of K2, the most hardest peak in the world.
Oh. Yes.
Second highest peak in the world after Everest, only 230 meters lower, but reputably the worst possible hard mountain in the world. And this picture is with my good buddy Azim Gechisas from Iran. He is the first Iranian man to finish the 8,000ers, and he's very strong mountaineer. And this is our summit picture at the top with him. I mean, it's unbelievable, because one still cannot believe if he climbs to the top of K2. All the K2 climbers will tell you this. It's again outstanding and not from this world. I mean, it's like going to the moon, let's say. Such extraordinary thing.
Yes. So when we speak about K2, and this question, I don't think so I can avoid, and obviously people who are watching would have it this in their minds. So how was climbing the bottleneck of K2? How was the experience? And
dangerous. It doesn't, I mean, the decision to live or die is not yours. I mean, while there are a lot of cases that people are coming down or going up bottleneck fully, and a big ice avalanche comes and sweeps them down to oblivion, you know. So it's like a big risk. It's like putting your head into the mouth of the lion. So it's like Russian roulette with more bullets. And
yes. Oh my God, I can get it. What you're trying to say, it's that's dangerous, and you are already 8,400 meters,
exactly,
like nearing 8,600, and that point of time you have a difficulty like this. It's going to make you worst and worst, right?
man, it's like, how to say, this place is very dangerous. I mean, one of the most dangerous mountain parts you can ever go. It's like comparable to some avalanche-prone areas of Annapurna, some parts in Olagiri, but much more dangerous and much more higher. So also you got to pass a lot of time there, because this is generally in deep snow. You got to punch through with your team, changing pace and changing the people in front. You got to punch through deep snow, so it's very slow going. I mean, in these altitudes, it's like maybe you climb 100 meters in 1 hour, you know, as in altitude. So it's not up to you to live or die, but it's up to K2 to make you live or die.
Yes. Yes, got it. So the next picture is, I think this is something special to you.
Again, this is top of Everest, second time with my friends in 2007, from Tibetan side. The first one was from Nepal, this time from Tibet, China. And it was very strange, because we arrived at the top of Everest before sun, and we waited for the sun 45 minutes at the top. It was a very calm morning. It was the best day ever in Everest, I think. And we were the first people in the globe to see the sunshine at that part of the world. That was very good.
And oh, that's awesome. So last one is going to be something special, I guess, and also dangerous to see.
Yes, this is Camp 2 in K2. This is the typical K2 weather that you have to climb all the time, because K2 is such a tall and big mountain. It stands really head and shoulders above other mountains around. So, and the other mountains around are also 8,000. So K2 creates its own weather. So this is how it looks like when you climb in a blizzard and white out, arriving Camp 2 with one of my friends. Dangerous. It makes life much harder, and really, I mean, a lot of trouble can happen from this.
Yes.
It's not very fun when you're inside, but
Yeah,
It's
we could
nice.
see it's so dangerous.
It's nice to watch from a warm house, but when you are there, it's like minus 35 degrees Celsius. So it's not so nice.
Yeah, and then this was something very a moment. That is the next video. So what's exactly happening here? And
This
it
is
seems so risky.
yeah, this is almost the top of Shishapangma, the lowest 8,000-meter peak in the world. But it is this is after the summit. We are going down the ridge to the east ridge, let's say. But this is a very exposed ridge, thousands of meters on both sides, and no ropes, nothing as you see. So we were quite a light and small team. We didn't fix a lot of ropes, but we were quite fast. This was the fastest 8,000-meter peak I did. From Kathmandu to Kathmandu, 16 days. We finished the project without oxygen and came back. So,
That's spectacular,
but
and without oxygen as well.
this mountain, Shishapangma, is the lowest 8,000, but let it not trick you because this is one of the tricky mountains. The main summit is quite inaccessible. You got to be very lucky with conditions to go to the main summit. Most people go to the north summit of Shishapangma and they have to go back if they want to summit this mountain to the main summit, which is troublesome. It has lots of avalanches, lots of crevasses. I mean, it's this one again. And let's say there are no easy 8,000s, only less technical and more dangerous ones.
Okay.
Let's say.
Okay. Super. Yes, you have completed the photo and video sessions, I guess, and
Very nice selection.
we saw a lot of your climbs, and I enjoyed it personally hearing all these stories.
Thank you.
And yes, by the meantime, if you guys have any questions, please do post it. We will get it answered in a separate timing for it, guys. Keep it coming. I saw a few questions as well, and more into the session as well. We will know more about our guests and these personal sides, and we will get to know more about mountaineering as well. Yes, so next, let's just go to our next session.
Yeah.
It is okay. So a couple of questions I have, and we have also got questions from our audience before our show itself. So what are you feared of? We don't think so. You're feared of anything at the moment.
Yeah.
While seeing all these.
The thing is, I mean, fear is different thing. I mean, yeah, I don't fear things, but I just am nervous about some things, and you got to be cautious every time. I mean, fear is different. I mean, you don't have to fear anything, but in the mountains, you got to calculate a lot of things and really expect the troubles, and mountains will offer you a lot of surprises. And being able to do this makes you more prepared person in your normal life, in the everyday life. So you will be more equipped. I mean, if somebody has trouble, you can help. You can think clearly. You can operate under risk. Mountaineering gives you all these skills. So most of the mountaineers are like this. I mean, they are able to think more clearly, more coolly under pressure. This is an important fact, really. And if you can do this, actually you can overcome anything. This is important.
Super. So the next question would be, what struggles do you see in this sport as a wholesome, like with regards to anything of that sort? What basically is the struggle for this sport, do you think?
Trouble?
Yes, struggles.
Tell again.
Struggles. Okay. The struggles that you feel that this sport has.
Struggles? I don't know. Mountain, generally, it's like in all human groups. I mean, in all of the people, in all of the sports where people come together. Some people have more egos, and some people think they are doing much better than the others, but no. I mean, this is the biggest trouble, probably. This kind of outdoor sport can offer anything for anyone. And it's all the same. What if you want to climb Everest, if you want to climb K2, if you want to climb on rock, if you don't want to do anything but do some hill walking, it's all the same because you are exploring your own limits. This is important. Other people's limits or your limits are very relevant and important for you only. So there is no, I mean, at the beginning you said you are one of the best mountaineers. No, there is no best or worst in this sport. Everyone will do their own thing, and it will refer to them. Let's say. So so the thing is, it's very very personal, and but some people are crazy enough to say, "Oh, I'm the best. There's no one better than me. I climbed this grade. I climbed this altitude." No, it's not like that. Most important
Yes.
is if you can enjoy and if you can make it inner for you. It's the most important thing. There is no other.
Yes, I got a insight from what you just said. Mountaineering is not a competition,
Yes.
and we are exploring ourselves in the mountain. So that's what this sport gives. And taking projects or something that reflects your personality is what you're saying, right?
Surely, exactly. And you can only compete with yourself and your limits, but not with other people. Of course, there are climbing, rock climbing competitions and things, but this is athletic and this is under like controlled environment. Mountains are not. Next day you go there, you will not find the same condition. Maybe it's easier, maybe it's much harder. They will offer you a lot of changes and nothing will be the same and people will also change. Me a year before and me a year after is not the same. And you and the other.
Yes.
Everybody changes in time too.
Yeah, got it. So how does your family react when you go on an 8,000 expeditions and so?
Yeah, it's actually, they know I am doing this for so many years and it's a part of me, so they wouldn't attempt to separate me from this fact. So it's a part of me and I am a part of it. So that's,
Yes.
they know that and they don't attempt to do anything like that. But also people who know me accept me like this. I am that and that's it. Finish. It's a very
Okay,
simple.
but they aren't they scared of? It's all like you climb dangerous mountains in the world, as in like K2 or else like Annapurna. Before the expedition, there is a whole journey that happens. No, for ourselves, we plan our expeditions. We let know people like we are going there and we would be out for few months,
Yes.
big expeditions, maybe 2 3 months, and then your loved ones are so connected and they knew what's in the mountains and how it's going to react and whatever can happen at any point of time. So all these big journeys you come across, and climbing mountain is only like 30% of the journey, I would say, from start preparing and taking you like talking to people, the finances in place, then you go to the mountain and you climb. So I want you to talk with regards to the bottom journey that I told, the family reactions, and how do you cope up with all these?
Well, the thing is, it's a whole. I mean, now you don't have to go to an 8,000-meter peak to do mountaineering. I mean, I get out of the house, I go to our local mountains, I climb a rock wall 300, 400 meters. This is also risky. You can also get killed there. Or even if you
Yeah.
climb 10-meter wall and fall from there, you'll get killed. So at every point, utmost care is needed and you must be really experienced. I mean, you mustn't have any accidents. You have to be careful. If you foresee you can have some accident, turn back. Don't do it. Or if you are not up to it, turn back.
Okay.
It's not more valuable than your life or your health. So the thing is, organizing and going to big mountains is a procedure. I mean, first time doing it is a very, very big hassle. I mean, a lot of trouble, a lot of danger, a lot of chaos. And the organization is not easy. And you don't, if you don't know what you are doing, it's really a chaos for sure. But
Yes, exactly.
of course, I mean, you can divide a mountaineering expedition to a big range, to many pieces. You have to be preparing yourself, preparing your equipment, organizing your finance. Karthik, do you hear? Yeah. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, I do, but there is a delay,
Now,
little
okay.
delay
Good,
we
good,
got.
good.
Yes.
Well, a lot of these things fall in place once you are experienced a bit. So it's easier to do that. And once you are experienced, it's easier. But still, I mean, on the mountain,
Okay.
all is a complete great unknown. What happens to you, what happens to your friends, depends on your mind and your outlook. So it's a good
Yes,
mind
got it.
game. It's a good mind game actually.
Okay. So with regards to as we spoke about planning, with regards to the outfitters that each one should choose for any mountain for that matter, what all criteria should one see before choosing an outfitter?
You got to choose the route or mountain you climb according to your skills, really. You got to be
Okay.
looking realistically at yourself and at the mountain and making it match. I mean, if you try something that is really beyond you, you have every chance to get killed. And as we said, you'll be failed. I mean, if you can go
Mm.
home, it's a success. But if you get killed, it's not
Yes.
good. So if you choose something that is more or less on your borderline and try something harder than what you do ordinarily, probably it's good fun and it will improve you. But you got to choose this really carefully. So choosing an objective realistically is most important. Be it on
Got it.
road,
Okay.
be it on ice, be it on high mountains or alpine climbing.
Yes, got it. So how do one choose the outfitters, the agencies that they go into and start their expedition, no?
Yeah. How to choose?
So how to shoot choose? Yes.
That's a big problem also because in all countries there are lots of outfitters, expedition companies, expedition service providers, base camp providers.
Yeah.
Uh, the thing is, once you have tried some of them and experienced their good and bad sides, and if you find some good people, stick to them. That's it. Don't look for
Okay.
any other and do things with them.
Lovely.
That's
This
important.
this question actually a lot of Indians have, and when we also go on expeditions, we aren't aware of what outfitters to choose, what service do they give, and it's not being talked as we talk right now. They don't explain a lot of things. They say includes and excludes, and we didn't know how it is going to impact while we are in the mountains.
True.
So in the papers it's different, and when we go to the real world, it's
Different.
actually completely different. Yeah.
Yes.
So many people had this question, so I just posted to you, but we got a very good answer from you as well.
Yeah, the thing is, don't choose the cheapest one because cheapest one is
Okay.
sure to rip you off, and you will have some trouble coming your way then. And the most expensive one also doesn't mean it's very good service, but ask your friends, ask the others. Some reputable companies that give good service in all countries can be found, and stick with them, as I say, and
Okay.
better a reputable company because it is most important during a stress moment, during an accident, during an evacuation. These people must help you. They mustn't leave you alone in the mountain. So this is most
Hmm.
important. If something goes bad, you depend on these people. So choose them well. Most important.
Yes, exactly, exactly as you told. Yes, we will talk more about the questions. We will go to another session called a rapid fire, where we
Okay.
see whatever you like, what you don't like, and then we want a rapid answer from you. Let's do this.
Okay, but please more nearer to the microphone because I don't too well.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, sure.
now
Do
better.
you hear now?
Yes, much better. Much better.
Again. Okay. 1 second. Sorry.
Ah, no problem.
Hear me now?
Yes,
Fine and right?
exactly.
Super. So
I hear you.
let's start a rapid fire. I think it's going to be a fiery session right now. So the first question will be, what is your toughest climb?
What is the
Your toughest climb.
There are a lot because I really do a lot of
One.
one.
You should answer one and very quickly that comes to your mind.
Yeah, but they are not all the same. If I say one of my toughest climbs was a rock climb, high altitude would be frustrating. So I think one of the toughest is Annapurna and K2. Let's say
Okay,
in
super.
altitude.
So what's a climb that you won't forget till date?
All of them. Even the simplest one
Okay.
I will not forget because they are all important for me.
Okay. What is your favorite climbing place?
Let's say I think for mountaineering, I think Kumbu, the Everest region. This place,
Super.
I am in love. Let's say.
Super. Nice to know. And then you are not a human right now. So we give you a superpower. So you will choose being a creature in by flying or crawling or being underwater. So which one do you choose?
Lizard. A
Lizard. Okay.
lizard is good. Everyone would
Okay.
say to be a tiger or a lion or a eagle, but no, lizard is the best.
Best. Super. Okay. So a climb that you wanted to do, but you haven't done it till date. What is that climb?
There are lots. I mean, so many mountains in the world. I went and we couldn't climb, but so many of them. I mean, I will go Nanga Parbat and I want to climb
Okay.
it. I will go Ushka, I want to climb it. Lot of mountains, lots. But if I don't climb, it's not important, really. I mean, the ones I did until now are enough.
Yes. So who is your inspiration in climbing? Do you have one?
Oh, lot of people. I like to read. I mean, I like to read the foreign literature, English literature. I mean, in these matters, and so many old mountaineers. I mean, one of them maybe Reinhold Messner. The other would be Jonas
Yes.
Terray of France, and Herman Bull. Lot of people, old mountaineers, the older generation of mountaineers, inspired me with their pure ideas.
Awesome. That's nice to know actually. Okay, who is your favorite movie star? Maybe in
Oh.
Turkey also you can say.
That's difficult to say because I don't really like movies and watch movies, and I'm an old generation man. I mean, when I was a child, the people who were the movie stars were much different. I mean, yeah, now even I don't remember the names.
Okay. Okay, so apart from movie, what do you watch? Like entertainment, do you do any entertainment stuff?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I never
Who's
watch
your
TV.
favorite
Nothing.
sportsman? Who's your favorite sportsman?
Oi, that's a tough question, man. Sportsman. I mean, active sportsman. I don't know, a lot of people. I mean, so many people out there. I mean, Usain Bolt, Lance Armstrong, so many people I admire, and they're
Yeah, okay.
wow, outstanding, huh?
Yes, super. So your rapid fire is done. You were very fast and quick. Yes, we will go to a few other questions that our audiences have asked.
Yes, but please nearer. Sometimes your
Okay,
voice
sure.
fades.
Okay,
Yes,
got it.
like this, very well.
O- Okay, so another question. Did you climb Abizuri route in K2? Was the question.
We climbed Georgia two times. First time was Kesen route, south east route. We couldn't finish it, and then we climbed one other year the Abruzzi spur in the K2. So that was the route we went to summit. Really, actually,
Okay,
Kesen route also joins the Abruzzi route at the top part.
okay. So another question. I am a 16-year-old and I have been climbing and hiking in Switzerland,
Yeah.
but never an official peak. How shall I get started? Can you give us some tips?
So the question is, he or she wants to go to higher peaks, and how can she start or
Yes.
he start?
How to
Okay,
start?
that
Exactly.
from being a hiker or a mountain walker to turn into a mountaineer, he or she must take some courses. he or she must improve the skills. And from theory to practice, maybe rent a mountain guide, go to mountain with a guide, learn things from him or her. On the job practicing is important. I mean, to learn the mountains, to learn the mountain skills, these people have to make some commitment on it. And how to say, and waste some time, waste some money, waste some effort to do it. Most important is this.
Okay.
It's easier because you can go to courses. There are a lot of companies and people organizing mountain skill courses. Start from that.
Okay, superb. I hope you answered his question, and I hope he also starts working forward in his mountaineering career. All the best, mate. And another question that most of the people have across the globe: uh, how do you find the sponsors for a climb? And this question is never-ending process for everybody, and
Yes.
I hope you would be the right person to ask because you would have done so much of expeditions, and you are also a brand ambassador for a lot of companies as well. Can I please do shed some light? And one more thing. I want to stop you here. Our live is going to get cancelled right now.
Okay.
So can you go on another live for just 10 minutes of your time? Is it possible?
So of course possible. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. So, guys, whoever has any question, I'm going to start another live because our live is going to get over because we have exceeded the time limit.
Okay.
So, catch you very soon in another live in a 2 seconds time.
Okay.
Thank
Be
you.
close and start again.
Okay.
Right on. We are back. Nice.
Yeah. Yes. Can you just please shed some light on the sponsorship thing?
Well, I mean, this is a difficult issue, especially in our country, because the economical situation is not the best, and so it depends on who you are and how you can market yourself. And the thing you must be doing should be valuable for the sponsor to have some value. This is not a, how to say, a charity. This is a business agreement. So these people will give you money, but these people, these companies, whatever who gives you money, should be able to use you on their presentations and on their advertisements, and you should have a value for this. And as I said, it's how you market yourself. This is most important. And I'm not a good market man. I don't have a lot of sponsors. I mean, financial sponsors every time. For example, the Annapurna, I was able to climb Annapurna last time to the summit by organizing an Everest base camp trip and taking some money from mountain guiding. I do corporate talks to the companies, saving these finances, and just I could make the ends meet, and I was just able to do. It was not a sponsored climb. As you said, I'm in the market. I'm ambassador for some companies. I use their equipment, and they support me, and they quite like me and what I do and how I stand and how I use their equipment. It's a good example for them. So they are quite happy with that also. But most of these people will not give you money. They will give you just services or equipment. That's all. So anyway, I mean, equipment also means money. So this is the money that you don't spend from your pocket actually. So it's very, very important. And financial sponsorship is quite hard. And for example, anymore in the world, when you are going to Mount Everest, probably you don't get any money from any company, because up to now 7,000 people have climbed Mount Everest from ordinary route. It's not something to be advertised. Really, it's not an outstanding success in the term of marketing. So, but if you are going to make a new route on a Mount Everest, solo or without oxygen, that's important. But this is also very dangerous and very hard thing to do. So you got to choose what you do before do well before seeking sponsorship or corporate help. So it's an important thing. Sponsorship is not charity. That's important.
Okay.
And sponsorship is not for everyone. When you take the money from a sponsor, you got to be working like a dog for them. You got to go to their presentations, their press conferences. You got to supply them pictures and films and help them out in sorting them and give them information and all these things. You got to work. It's not free. I mean, nothing is free in the world now.
Yes, got it. Beautifully explained. And whoever thought of getting sponsors, or whoever has thought about how to get a sponsors, as our guest told, it is the right way to do. You must be a value add for them. So that's how you come and pitch into sponsors. And at the initial, I hope you have invested for yourself, right?
Of course, and also it's like this: when you start mountaineering, nobody will sponsor you because sponsorship is actually if if some of your relatives don't give you money, this is not
Yeah.
sponsorship, by the way. If somebody is doing professional work and giving you money, it's professional life. So it's more like not in the beginning of your sports life, but in the more advanced, how to say, parts of your sports life. So it's important. Sponsorship is quite important for me, and it's really a part of my climbing. But I didn't do all my climbs with sponsors. Without sponsors, you can also do climbing. I do mountain guiding. I do a lot of corporate talking. Sometimes I don't do, of course, but so getting money for mountain trips is not only from sponsorship. Actually, maybe 10 or 20% of my climbs I do with sponsors. So
Okay.
don't think if you don't have sponsor you can't do this. No, you can organize, but you have to be committing yourself really into this job and do everything yourself accordingly. People think
Oh,
you can
yeah.
climb because you have sponsors. No, that's a complete how to say failed outlook. It's not true.
Yeah, actually, when we see from outside, that's how we feel. For example, just to put forward few honest stuff here, we see Griffwell, you work for Griffwell and other brands as well, and we see, okay, he's a very big mountaineer, and that's the reason he's getting sponsored, and he just climbs mountains just like that. So that's the impression like everybody has when we see personalities like you. So that's the reason I want to make it a clear statement here on what you as well go through in this process. Beautifully explained with regards to sponsorship. So, okay, what is your next project? We are so eager to know.
Well, these days I'm climbing on rock walls, and our project these days are climbing new routes on the alpine big walls and routes. And but I was actually thinking of going to Nanga Parbat, one of the 8,000ers, to finish my 14 8,000 project, but because of the pandemic issues, it's not happening this year. It's not a good time to go there and travel. So it will be next year. This
Okay.
has to be postponed to next year. And now this year, as I said, in the autumn, maybe late autumn, I go to Nepal for Ramadablam for some myself and climbing with some
Mm.
friends. And after that, some 6,000-meter peaks in the Kumbu Himalaya Everest region. Uh, that's what I look forward to.
Yes, we are excited and waiting for your photos and videos as well. I hope many are waiting for it. Okay.
Thank you.
I generally ask these questions to all the mountaineers who come to the show. What do you think is true mountaineering is, and how it has changed in today's 2000 centuries aspect?
Well, true mountaineering is mountaineering. Alpinism is climbing on steep places and how to say, um climbing on steep places, steep parts of the mountains using the rope, using the hardware, and that is alpinism. Alpinism is the smaller version of Himalayism, and what you do in Himalaya also is same as alpinism. And how has mountaineering changed? Yeah, it changed a lot since the beginning of alpinism in 1,800 years. So there are a lot of things to say. This is not an issue to be taken lightly, and so many things to say. But we can say alpinism has changed, I think, in a good way. And there are a lot of concepts. As for high altitude, a lot of people go to guided expeditions. Guided expeditions are a part of high altitude climbing, and they are organized by mountain guides. But there are a lot of people who are doing extreme climbing for themselves with small teams without oxygen on extreme altitudes also. So the limits of high mountaineering has been pushed really high and hard.
Yeah.
And on rock, on in ice, technically now it is most in the most advanced stage. I mean, there are some people in Europe, in US, and in other countries that are doing like climbing on the limit of human effort. So it's, I think it's in a good way, and I think when you look mountaineering and alpinism and climbing, especially in Europe, in the US, in the advanced countries who are doing this sport, is getting more and more fans and enthusiasts. So I think it is in a state of how to say expansion all over the world.
Awesome. Yes, got it. So we have another question.
Good.
Good. Yes. We have one question from our audience, so just surfing it to find out.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, I see a few questions in Turkey. I'm so sorry, I don't know to read Turkey, so
Don't
he
worry.
might answer some time after. You are a great mountaineer, one has told one of our audiences. Yes. Okay. So
Thanks to them. I mean, there are no great mountaineers. Everybody is the same in my view, really. Thanks to
okay,
them, though.
and greetings from Alpinist team.
Yes, this is from
Seddar.
Turkey.
Okay. Seddar one Cardler has replied. Okay. Only few more questions. I'm not going to take much of your time.
Oh no. By the way,
Okay.
I know one very nice Indian mountaineer, Arjun Vajpayee, and he's
Yes.
our good friend. He was in Annapurna too at that time, and proud to know him. My best wishes to him from here.
Sure, sure, sure. I will try to convey my wishes, your wishes to him as well. Yes, we know him. He's a very good mountaineer, and we have been watching his journey as well.
I know.
Yeah, superb. So, one career guidance that you would give to young climbers that who wanted to start mountaineering.
Well, most important is to enjoy. I mean, and to find the true venue that you enjoy, because mountaineering and climbing has a lot of aspects and specialties. So you got to know which one you like. Do you like rock climbing? Do you like ice climbing? Do you like high altitude climbing? Do you like to climb technically in high altitude, or making easier walking type ascents? Which one you enjoy, you must choose well, so that you continue with that and take joy from that, and make it a part of your life. This is important, I think. The others will come along. I mean, the other things will come along, but if you are just indulging in something that you don't like or that doesn't really apply to you well, you will leave it soon. So most important is to find what
Exactly.
you like and continue with it.
People see social media and they come, oh, I want to do this, and after doing for quite some time, they get bored, or if they don't get attention as expected, they just go
Of
back
course.
and do whatever they feel like. So yours is
Yeah.
the route that people wanted to figure out. Start doing many things and see what he likes, what he or she likes the best,
Sure.
and start working towards it. Yes, beautifully told. With regards to this, and this is a personal question from me. So, how much
Yeah.
would you rate your life from 1 to 10 with regards to the journey that you had till date?
I mean, if there's a scale from 1 to 10, I
Yeah,
would
10 is highest.
rate for myself, for my enjoyment, 10, because I enjoy everything I do
Yeah,
up until now.
yes, yes,
Look, this. this is not a path that is to be enjoyed really very heavily, because it's full of suffering. It's full of unknown. It's full of how to say trouble and bumps. It's not a very 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 sure and fun type life. But
Yeah.
I enjoy physical effort, and mental effort. So mountaineering supplies me with this actively. I mean, it's always that I'm pushing myself on and on and on, and it needs mental power. It's more than physical power. So this is what I find appealing in mountaineering. That's
So how do you
for
train your mental power? Like we could see you pushing limits and all those. So how to do if one feels like doing?
Actually, the thing is, when you are pushing your body, you are pushing your mental limit, because your body don't work without mental power. So,
Yeah.
well, you are climbing something hard, you are training for climbing something hard, for a high mountain, for a hard route, whatever. It's in your mind, first of all. So you improve your mind, and your body comes along with it. This is important.
Okay.
So this is
And you also spoke about one aspect, like everybody is struggling at the start. In order to find the right climbing partner, and how
yes.
important is it, and how can one find one?
This is important, but you must have more than one partner, because every person, every different person will appeal to you differently. I mean, with one, you will do some more relaxed climbing, and with the other, you will be doing more athletic climbs, and with the other, you will be more in unison with mine. So,
Mm.
uh, yeah,
Yes, yes,
good.
okay.
Did you hear, or shall I repeat?
Can you please repeat? We didn't hear
Yeah.
you.
Simply put, I mean, you got to have more than one partner, and you can practice different aspects with all these
All
partners. With one, you do athletic climbs, maybe with the other, you do some more enjoyable work, and a lot of things, and not only one partner. And you also change in time. So partners will change, but my oldest partners all stay with me. I mean, uh, the way I part from my partners is either death of me or them.
Oh my God, yes, that's
That's
the
important.
bonding that you have created with your climbing partners. That's so amazing to hear. Yes,
By the way, let me
yeah.
tell you something. The person that you go to the mountain, your partner or partners, are more important than mountain. Mountain is not more important than people. So being loyal to them, helping them out, or just the opposite, they will help you out or loyal to you, is most important. I mean, you got to be loyal to the people that you climb together in all aspects.
Yes, got it. Got it. Yes. So the last question for the session would be, what will you say to people who are chasing their dreams?
Never stop chasing your dreams, because your dreams are what you fuel your life. I mean, without a dream, without something to go from behind and chase, what do you do in life? I mean, you are just a creature. When in your mind there's a target, you just go for it, and that makes you a human. I mean, dreaming about something, wanting to do something, preparing for that, trying to reach that goal, I think is the most important thing that makes humanity go around.
Yes, lovely, and
Well,
I hope you answered all our questions very patiently. Some were very generic and some were very silly also, I would say. I hope you
no,
enjoyed the show, and we have
I
lot
enjoyed.
much more love from India to you, and whatever you do, we love it and we all follow. And we are taking part of what's your next project and all those, and one person from our audience also has mentioned it, I would say. So thanks a lot for coming forward and making this show very, very special. I loved it personally. Hope you had a very good time as well, and uh, so happy that I could bring you into the show and experience people about yours.
Thank you, Karthik. And on your behalf, I thank all the people. A lot of people I see. I have joined from Turkey. A lot of people. Mountain culture that puts us all together. I mean, there is no nationalities, no religion in this. So I'm very happy to be a part of this, and I thank you all, especially you, because of organizing this, and hope to meet in the mountains.
Well,
I
I
hope.
am waiting to. I am waiting to meet and work alongside with you. Whatever I can, maybe anything I will do just to be beside you. I would say it's a very big
Thank you.
learning for me. And yes, thank you. Hopefully, we meet and climb mountains together in the future. Would love to do that.
Hopefully, anywhere in the world, and bye bye for now, and thank you for joining.
Yes,
And
thank you. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye bye.
bye bye. Take care. Take care, please. Bye bye.